The topic that I'm going to start is today time and work. It's a simple chapter once you understand the basics of it. So let's take understand the concept of this by an example. For example, let's a carpenter is there. That carpenter make 10 chairs a day. That carpenter makes 10 chairs a day. And suppose that he works for 10 days. So how many chairs he will make? He will make 100 chairs. Can I say this 10 chairs a day, this equals to 1 day work, because in 1 day he's making 10 chairs, so this I can assume this is as a 1 day work. 10 days, let's say, is number of days, total 10 days he's working, and this is equal to, he's making 100 chairs, this is equal to total work. So in all the time and work question, there are these three variables only: 1 day work, number of days, and total work. Out of these three variables, two will be given to you and you have to calculate the other one. For example, if I need to calculate 1 day work, 1DW stands for 1 day work. That will be equal to total work divided by number of days. And otherwise, if you need to calculate number of days, NOD stands for number of days, and this will be equal to total work divided by 1 day work. So out of these three variables, two will be given to you and you have to calculate the third one. Let's understand the concept more with the help of example and what kind of question that can come in this chapter. I will start with a simple one, simplest of question. Let's say I'm taking a simple question. A can do a work in 10 days. B can do the same work in 15 days. My question is that together A and B together will complete the work in how many days? This is the basic question of time and work. Let's solve this question. First, I will solve this question how we used to solve in schools. How we used to solve this question in schools or textbooks, you will find the solution, what kind of solution they used to provide. And then I will provide the logical one. Let's say the total work is, TW stands for total work is W. Total work I am taking is W. So A is doing 10 W units of work in 10 days. So A 1 day work, 1DW stands for A 1 day work. In 10 days, A is doing W units of work. So in 1 day, A will do W by 10 units of work, 1/10 of total work. B 1 day work. In 15 days, B is doing W units of work. So in 1 day, B will do W by 15. So W by 15 is doing 1 day, and in 15 days he will complete the W units of work. Now adding this to A plus B, 1 day work would be how much? W by 10 plus W by 15. If you will solve, you will get W by 6. So it means that in 1 day A and B together is doing W by 6 units of work. Now what we need to calculate? We need to calculate the number of days A plus B will take to complete the work. So A plus B, number of days, NOD, number of days. This will be equal to total work. Number of days is equal to total work divided by 1 day work. So total work is W, their 1 day work is W by 6. So they will take 6 days to complete the work. Now these kind of solution you will find in all the booklets of aptitude or all the study material in aptitude. But this is a lengthy method. You don't have to solve like this. I'm telling you a logical method and you have to follow that method in this question as well as future questions. Logical method. Let's again, I'm taking total work as W. Total work I'm taking as W. Now A 1 day work is W by 10 and B 1 day work is W by 15. Now as you can see that in the previous textbook solution we solved that W upon W by 6 and W got cancelled in the last situation. So it means W could have 1, it got cancelled. W could be 3, it could again cancelled. So W does not matter. At the end is getting cancelled. So I can assume W as for my convenience. So in this question I will take W as a multiple of 10 and 15. Why multiple of 10 and 15? Because In this way I will avoid the fraction. So in quant it is always important to avoid the fraction. In quant it is always important to avoid the fraction. You can always avoid the fraction. So in order to avoid the fraction, I will assume W, that is total work, as a multiple of 10 and 15, that is 30 units. So if I am taking W as 30 units, it means my total work is 30 units. So A one day work would be W by 10, that is 3. B one day work would be 2 units. Their total one day work, A plus B one day work, would be 3 plus 2, 5 units. Together they will do 5 units of work. Number of days for A plus B to complete the work would be total work, that is 30 by 5, 6 days. Because you can see that A and B together are doing 5 units of work in one day. So in order to do 30 units of work, they will take 6 days. Let's take second example. P plus Q together can complete a work in 4 days. P plus Q together can complete a work in 4 days. P alone can do the same work in 12 days. My question is, Q alone will do the same work in how many days? Now as I told you, you have to solve all the questions from now on with a logical method, because it is so simple that you can solve the question in less than 20 seconds. Now let's say total work TW, total work is equals to W. So P plus Q one day work would be W by 4. P alone one day work would be W by 12, because in 12 days P is doing W units of work, so in one day he will do W by 12. Now as far as our convenience, we will take the W as a multiple of both 4 and 12. So let's say W is equal to 12 units. So P plus Q is doing 12 by 4, 3 units of work. Together P and Q is doing 3 units of work one day, out of which P is doing 12 by 12, 1 units of work. So P and Q is doing 3 units of work, out of which P is doing 1 unit of work. So definitely Q one day work by common sense would be 2 units per day. So number of days for Q would be how much? Number of days of Q. Q is doing 2 units of work per day, so it will take 12 by 2, 6 days to complete the work. So in this way, assuming a total work as per our convenience, depending on the question, is really helpful for us to solve the question in less amount of time.